morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 971. Happy Wednesday? Yes, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Because the trash is at the curb and recycling. So it's a big day around here. Trash and recycling. Tomorrow, Club 400 Day with Sean Dunstan. Brian McRae is going to be in the house, so I'll be there. So again, probably no show on Friday morning. I'll be sleeping in. It'll be a late night because probably won't get home till after midnight Thursday. Gonna head back home after the event. What else? I listed a bunch last night, using Car Dealer Pro. Get 500 free scans. Go to cardealerpro.com. Use promo code Cubs, and you'll receive 500 free scans when you pay for any subscription at cardealerpro.com. So check that out. That's how I list so many. Somebody asked me how long did it take me to scan 300 cards, I think. And whatever it was, it's basically, I use the Rico, formerly known as Fujitsu, 8170. The 70 at the end stands for how many cards or items it can scan in 1 minute. So it scans 70 cards per minute. And upload those babies to Car Dealer Pro and boom. So I listed, basketball yesterday morning, and those were going like, I might have to list more basketball. Holy crap. I was impressed with how much basketball sold like right away from what I listed yesterday. So I'll have to take a look to see what did sell. Kind of a mishmash of what sold. So I did that, and then I listed some Bowman U, and I still have a small pile of Bowman U pink refractors. Looks like there's one autograph, some base refractors that I'll be listing at some point, probably today. What else? That's about it. I shipped and I listed yesterday. I shipped and listed and shipped. So today I want to talk about checklists because we have them finally. I don't think they're on the Topps website, but Cardboard Connection has them. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the checklists. Bowman Chrome and Allen Ginter checklists are out. I'm excited for the most part. I am a little concerned with one of the products, and I'll tell you why this morning. I'm really excited for a product that I had no plans on buying until I saw the checklist. Now it's like, oh. So I'll tell you what that is all about. Checklists, we have them. I was going to put for Bowman Chrome, I was going to do a little scroll at the bottom of the top 5 prospects to chase, but Bowman Chrome is mostly like the teenage kids, the international signees. I don't know much about him. I will tell you, spoiler alert, Ethan Salas is in. He's like, 18? And he's already in AA, and he's hitting well in AA, I think. Let's see what his stats are. So he's going to be the super chase. His card's Ethan Salas. Remember the name because he's going to be the next. He's this year's Jason Dominguez, Wander Franco. You know, the hype that they had when their first baseball cards came out. Ethan Salas, he's not even 18. He's 17 years old. In fact, oh my God, this kid just turned 17. July, August, 3 months ago. So he's only 3 months into his 17-year-old season. He's in AA. He's in the Padres system. He's a catcher. Let's see. His 2023 minor league stats: 248, 331. Oh, I don't have slug, but he's a 248 batting average, 331 OBP, 752 OPS, 40 runs scored, 63 hits in 254 at-bats. He's got 9 home runs, 41 RBI, 5 stolen bases. Let's see. It looks like he's split between 3 teams. Let's see. San Antonio. So in AA, he's not. I mean, for a 17-year-old kid, he's doing pretty well for AA. So take the numbers with a grain of salt because remember, he just turned 17 years old. He's only had 33 plate appearances in AA. Where's my stats? Here we go. Okay, 33. Yeah. Oh, he's only played in 9 games in AA. Is he hurt? I thought he's been there for a few weeks. Looks like he's active. Okay. So 9 games in AA. So very small sample size. Oh, 179. But remember, he's 17. 179. 303, 214 is his slash line. So that's not a very good slash line. Let's see. 5 hits and 28 at bats. Scored twice. 1 extra base hit. It was a double, 3 RBI. 8 strikeouts, 4 walks. And no stolen bases. So that's Ethan Salas's AA numbers. People are like, oh, those are shitty numbers and he's going to be thousands of dollars. But guess what? He's 17 years old. I was flunking chemistry at 17. So Ethan Salas, he's the name to remember in the upcoming Bowman Chrome, which releases next week. I think next Wednesday. So I did pre-order from Tops.com. I pre-ordered a hobby box and a HTA box. So the hobby box, like 2 autos. The HTA box, 3 autos, but nothing else. The HTA box doesn't have base cards. So it's just hits. So you spend $330 and pray that you pull a good one, like an Ethan Salas. So let's see if Blowout raised the prices since the checklist has come out. I did look last night. $285. So I think they knocked it up $5. Bowman Chrome HTA is $355. So maybe they're not in the office yet. They haven't. That's a big yawn. Haven't raised the prices, but I expect Blowout always raises prices on once the checklists come out. So we'll talk checklists today. I'm excited. Paul Heath, good morning. What's happening? Steve is in the house. What's up, Steve? Harlan is here. Good morning to you. We've got Kyle. George, what's up? Good evening to George. He's getting ready for bed over in Korea. David's in the house. What's up? Steel Cards is here. Good morning to you. We've got Donald Davis. Good morning. The Dorky Anglers in the house. Dan, what's happening? Good evening to you. Brian, Allen and Ginter, good morning. Yes, we've got an Allen and Ginter checklist as well. Steve, good morning. Card Hobbyist in the house. What's happening? We've got Angel Baby Cards from California early on the West Coast. Dorky Angler says, I don't know what basketball you were selling, but basketball sucks for me. It has for me, and here's why. Because I don't list anymore. I don't list any new stuff. So the reason I keep declining my basketball sales is because I'm not adding anything new. So what sold for me yesterday, I had some 78. In fact, I think it's, oh, no, I think I filed it away. But I had a stack of 78 Tops basketball. I think I sold every single one. I moved one of the guys in the chat, bought a couple cards off me. Larry Bird, Indiana State Sycamores cards. What else sold? I guess I can look, right? But the vintage sold right away, like almost immediately, which is kind of rare. I don't typically move those, but they were like Hall of Famers. Let's see. Basketball. I wonder if I type basketball, that should help me. Basketball. So yeah, I sold 18 78 Tops. I think I sold every one that was in my store. 18 of them. Let's see. I sold a Donruss Optic Anthony Edwards. And where's the Larry Bird? How come the Larry Bird? Oh, Larry Bird must not have had basketball cards. So I just used the term basketball in my search. So those Larry Birds, Anthony Edwards, the 78 tops. That was it, but that was 21 out of, I guess I did list like 300, but hey, 21 sales out of 300 listings in a few hours. It's a pretty good return. It's surprising to me that what doesn't sell. I can list a Mike Trout base card for $1.75 and boom, it sells. I can list a Steph Curry or Giannis base card for $1.75 and it sits and sits and sits. And that's why I don't list basketball, but I had a bunch. It's like, screw it. I'm going to list basketball. Season's around the corner. Hey, it paid off, I guess. Not with what I thought would sell, but stuff sold. Dorky Angler says unless it's 90s inserts. James says Padres in Seattle area going to be the teams to chase in Bowman. Ethan Salas. Who's the Mariners guy in Bowman Chrome this year? Where's my Bowman Chrome? Oh, man, I keep yawning. Why am I yawning? Oh. See, yesterday was the day that I woke up super early. I kind of slept in this morning. I was up at, what time did I, 5:30? But yesterday was 5. Matty Ice, good morning. Big win for the Cubs. Huge win for the Cubs. A lot of runs scored. We like that. A lot of runs given up. We don't like that. But I think the Brewers also won, so we're keeping pace, 2.5 games out of the National League Central. Still a firm grasp on the second wild card spot. On pace, the Cubs on pace to win 87 games this year. Holy moly. I'm going to have to put a new pinned tweet. Bears, 11-6 this year. You heard it here. Chicago Bears, playoff team, NFC North champions 2023. Steve Ains Comedy, why doesn't Topps put out World Series or playoff cards anymore? It's a good question. I think Heritage does, don't they? Does Heritage do that? But I probably because they don't, here's my thought on that. It's similar to why they don't put manager cards in Topps anymore, because the players move the product and there's not a big demand for manager cards or for team cards. They still do team cards, which I don't know why they do that either, but they want to get, I was going to use Wander Franco as an example, but that's not a good example anymore. Trout keeps getting hurt. Let's use Ohtani. So they want to get like 7 Ohtani cards in Topps. So they do the Angels Halo High Five card, with Ohtani and Trout. And, then we're going to do a team leader card. We're going to make sure Ohtani's on that team leader card. That's just my thought, is that's why they don't do World Series and playoff cards, because they want to get as many Ohtani cards as they can, or name your flavor of the year. That's just a guess. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. What's happening? Herman's here. What's up, Herman? Talking Tati says Salas did the walking tour of San Diego with Manny, Soto, and Xander before the season meeting and greeting fans and signing autos at 17. He played at MLB spring training this year also. And he was 16 during spring training. He just turned 17 in June. Ethan Salas. Holy crap. Johnny Boy Cards. Good morning. Hall of Fame card collector. He was the guy that bought my Larry Bird cards. Thank you so much. Good morning, Shaw Cards. What's up? I had a Steph Curry disco parallel. It sat for months. Yes. I'm listing 89 Topps Jose Canseco, and they're moving faster than, at the same price as a Giannis or Steph Curry. It's crazy. Have a nice day. Thank you, Zach and Porter. I'm thinking when I read have a nice day, I'm thinking Mick Foley. Royals 417, what's up? Good morning on this walk-off Wednesday. Sorry to Zach and Porter, or should I say bulk-off Wednesday. boy, it would not be enjoyable to be a White Sox fan. I mean, with all and it was a total Reinsdorfian move, getting rid of the front office that he finally got rid of and then replacing it with Chris Getz. It's like, what are you doing? Normally, I would say they know more than me, but I don't know. I don't know in this case. I don't know. I would not want to be a White Sox fan. Where we at? Christian, good morning. Bears playoffs. Coach Dan disagrees. Go Lions. Bears are going to make the playoff. They're going to win the NFC North. The Chicago Bears are going to win the NFC North. I'm going to talk it to existence. Talking Tati says Topps now does playoff and World Series cards. Andy Mack, good morning. I'm jealous. He was at Pearl Jam last night, United Center. I decided not to go because I don't like I'm not a concert goer. Like, I have been to, I can probably count on two hands how many I've been to 3 Pearl Jam shows, Champagne 03, Wrigley 16, Wrigley 18. I went to Kid Rock and Seven Dust back in like 98 or 99. It's 4. Let's see. What else did I go to? I went to at the Bone Student Center at Illinois State University. I went to Three Doors Down, Fuel, and Oleander. And Three Doors Down was the headliner, and they sucked. Fuel put on a great show. Oleander was great. And I realized, I was watching a 90s movie, and I realized Oleander has a song. I think it's an American Pie. I'm like, how did Oleander, there was great music. How did Oleander not be more how come they weren't more mainstream? Because I think it was an American Pie that one of their songs was featured on the soundtrack in the movie. So that was a show. The hell? Oh, Lady Gaga at Wrigley. I saw a country concert at the FFA National Convention in 1996. I think it was Lone Star, but I can't remember. So that's 7. The hell else have I seen? Oh, Smashing Pumpkins. That was a great show. A very small venue, the Sylvie here in Madison. I'm not going to count Everclear because it was at Bratfest and I stopped for like 4 songs. So that's like 8. I'm just not a concert guy. I want to be, but I'm not. Like, I wanted to go see Jelly Roll in Dubuque, Iowa a few weeks ago. I didn't go. Finger 11 was here, I think, this past weekend. Finger 11, their first 2 albums were awesome. Tip and then Grayest of Blue Skies. I listened to Grayest of Blue Skies. It was push, play, walk away. And I would listen to the whole album like on my way to and from college when I commuted. Finger 11. And I started listening to Finger 11 after I saw that I'm like, oh man, I should go. And then I'm like, but I don't like their newer, and by newer, I mean like 2004 on. I like their first 2 albums. That's it. So I looked at their their recent set list. What is it? Setlist.fm. And like they play like all their older stuff. They only play a few newer songs. Most of it's their old stuff off Grayest of Blue Skies and Tip. And I'm like, shit, I should go. I didn't. I'm not a big concert guy. In the United Center, I don't like I would love to see Metallica, but I don't want to go to a stadium, just to a indoor stadium. They played here in Madison a few years ago, Kohl Center, where the Badgers basketball team plays. And it's like, I'm not a big indoor concert fan. Love Wrigley. Like, if any band that I kind of like is at Wrigley, I shouldn't say that because I kind of like a lot of bands that tour Wrigley, and it's like, I don't want to go. If Metallica played Wrigley, I'd go. If there's a 90s cruise, it's all butt rock. It's the 90s cruise. It's like next day. I think tickets are sold out. 90s cruise. I think there's a waiting list. Let's see. Is it the Totally Awesome? Oh my God. And metalsucks.net even has an article. Creed's big announcement is a late 90s butt rock cruise. Summer of 99 cruise, which is, and the reason I love butt rock and the reason I love Creed and the summer of 99 is because that was like going into my senior year. It's all nostalgia. Like, it's music I was listening to as going in to be a senior in high school. It's like one of the greatest times of your lives. You know, you're getting ready to graduate and go off into the real world. It's an exciting time. And you've got, I'm trying to think of a Creed song real fast, but My Own Prison. You know, you've got Scott Stapp as your freaking soundtrack. And I know you're probably thinking that's a shitty soundtrack. No, it's an awesome soundtrack. So the summer of 99 cruise, who's on it? Not only will fans get to catch the reunited Creed's first live performance in more than 10 years live on the boat, but Three Doors Down will also be there. Other artists committed to the cruise include Buck Cherry. They're like a poster boy for butt rock. Tonic, Vertical Horizon, Fuel, The Verve Pipe, Tantric, also a great butt rock band, Dishwalla. See, I don't consider Dishwalla, like, this is like summer of 99. Like, wasn't Dishwalla kind of past their prime in 99? Same with Verve Pipe, because Dishwalla and Verve Pipe were popular around the same time. And same with 9 Days. It's the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. 9 Days, I consider that more mid-90s, not late, like 99. And then Louise Post of Veruca Salt. Summer of 99 cruise. My friends were coming over because they give me shit for listening to butt rock. Fortunately, my friend Jeremy is also a butt rock fan. And we're like, let's do this cruise. And my friend Adam was just like, you guys are stupid. And then I looked it up on the website, and there's a waiting list. And guess what? Remember how, like, yes, I want to go see this, and I won't go. So there you go. So I did not plan Pearl Jam. Somebody asked me, are you going to Pearl Jam? Because they're in, I think, Minneapolis also, or they were or are coming up to be. Chicago this week, United Center, not going. My wife and I are going to do a European trip again next year. So hopefully Pearl Jam does a European tour. And my wife actually likes Pearl Jam. So she's like as excited as she even put my art on vinyl that I got spray painted by a sidewalk artist in Rome. It's upstairs. A piece of my collection is made. It's not Cubs, but it's Pearl Jam. So it's upstairs. So yeah, I'd love to see him over in Europe. Ideally Amsterdam. That would be Amsterdam. Pearl Jam and Amsterdam would be a good combination. Hall of Fame card collector. I bought them since he's the big guy that came from my college. I kind of PC him a tad. The hick from French Lick, Mr. Larry Bird. Hail Mary hits. Good morning, party people. Sales were a little slow for a Tuesday night. I agree. But Sunday and Monday were abnormally high. I agree. Anybody experience something similar? I did, yes. I was just looking at my numbers this morning, and I started looking, and let's see, where's my damn Post-it notes? I started looking, because I have some, like, outliers, and I'm like, I wonder what days my outliers occurred. So let's do a top 10 days. This is the last 31 days from my eBay store. I'm going to do 8, 9, 10. And we're going to look at the bar graph and the highest. And we're going to see what days of the week were the highest for my eBay store sales. So the first 3 are all different days. Let's see. Now this one. Interesting. First 4 are different days. And then let's see. Bada bang, bada boom. There we go. Oh, we've got our first duplicate. Okay. Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? This one and then this one. So, oop. Okay. So, oh, wow. This is interesting. Let's see. Now I've got, oh shit. Did I, I think I screwed one up. Oh, yep. I got to flip flop that one. Okay. I'm almost done. I only have one day. One day. That one we got. And just want to make sure. Oh, okay. So that one. That one. Okay. Wow. So remember, we were talking about ending auctions and what days you should end auctions. So kind of shows. So last 31 days, these are single day, the most sales in a single day by day. So in the last 31 days, my highest sales day was on a Saturday. Now, this was kind of an outlier because I made a big sale or maybe two big sales on that day. So there are some outliers. But we're going to ignore all outliers because 31 days is a nice sample size. Number 2 was a Monday. Number 3 was a Thursday. Number 4 was a Tuesday. Number 5 was a Monday. Number 6 was a Sunday. So the 6 highest sales days were all different days. Interesting. Now we go into some duplicates. Number 7 was also a Monday. Number 8 was a Saturday. Number 9 was a Sunday. And number 10 was a Friday. So there you go. Friday. Only once in the top 10, and it was number 10. Saturday was 1 and 8. Monday was 2, 5, and 7. So Monday seemed to be, so 3 of the 4 Mondays were the highest selling days. Thursday was just a single day. It was 3rd on the list. Tuesday, there was just 1. It was 4th on the list. Sunday was just 2, 6, and 9. So there you go. Highest sales days. But yes, I saw the same. I had an app. I wouldn't call it abnormal. Let me see the numbers. Friday was higher than normal for a Friday. Saturday was average. Sunday was higher than average. Monday looks pretty significantly high. Well, no, actually Monday was slightly above average. Tuesday was below average. So yeah, I saw the same thing. I saw the same thing with my sales. Steve says, did you see the stand-in for Ohtani on Angels photo day yesterday? I did not. Interesting. Makes you wonder about stand-ins relating to the hobby industry. No, I'm going to have to look that up. I did not see that. Who is the big guys that came from your colleges? So I went to Western Illinois University. Let's see. Because I'm going to forget some names, so we'll just Wikipedia it. So Rodney Harrison was probably the biggest football player that came out. Don Beebe went to Western. Let's see. There's a guy from the Kansas City Chiefs. He was a 2nd-round pick. Oh, that's the web. I need Wikipedia. Kalen Sanders, I think. Kalen Saunders is a recent guy. Rich Soibert from the New York Giants. Frank Winters of the formerly of the Packers. Let's see. Okay, athletes and coaches. So, Brian Cox. Brian Cox is probably number 2 that you would think of. So some football players: Don Beebe, Brian Cox, Rodney Harrison, Edgerton Hartwell, Red Miller, who was head coach of the Denver Broncos. He's actually from Macomb. Let's see. Kalen Saunders, who is on the Chiefs currently. Aaron Stecker. Mike Wagner, who was on the Steelers Super Bowl teams in the 70s, and Frank Winters. And then nothing for basketball. We haven't had any NBA. There were a couple guys that like had a sniff of the NBA in like the 50s. Baseball, biggest names, the Russell brothers, Rick and Paul Russell. Other alumni from Western Illinois University, John Mahoney, who played the father in the show Frasier. Michael Boatman, who you may know from Spin City. Bob Nardelli, who is the former president and CEO of Home Depot. So we're kind of digging in the weeds now. Mary Madeline, Republican political strategist. Let's see. These are all alumni of my alma mater, Western Illinois University. Some of these are really a stretch when it comes to notable alumni. So there you go. Johnny M, what's up? Good morning. For some reason, I seem to get a lot more listed when I'm not listening to you. Uh-oh. Well, don't tune me out. Cooter, good morning. FYI, several of your 82 FLIR images you recently uploaded are upside down. That, my friend, is out of pure laziness. I did not check my work. Big Harv, good morning. Talking Tatis. Shy Sox are so bad fans are shooting themselves. Yeah, that was a crazy ass story. Todd Richardson, good morning. He's a Lions fan. Dorky Angler says the Bears will win the bottom. Wrong. Bears, Lions, NFC, Norris. Make a card wager. I don't like gambling. I don't want to lose. What if I lose? Bo, I'm surprised back in your radio days you did not go to concerts. Well, the thing is, I worked mainly in Macomb, Illinois. Macomb, Illinois is not a hotbed of concerts. We did have, let's see. So, like, the concerts that came through town were like Bonnie Raitt. I think that was who it was, Bonnie Raitt. 2 Chainz. I did see Rick Springfield tailgating before a football game at Western Illinois University. I'm not counting that as a concert. No, I don't remember really doing it because we didn't have concerts come through town. We were in the middle of nowhere. And so we didn't really have, we had Western Hall as the venue, which is a shitty venue. So no, didn't really do much concerting in radio. Cooter saw Lady Gaga in Vegas this weekend. She's an amazing performer. Yes, she is. I was disappointed. I thought she was going to be her Wrigley show, and I'm sure the Vegas show is much different than the show she put on at Wrigley Field. I was disappointed. It wasn't as showy as I expected, but it could have been just because it was at a baseball field. Andy Mack, Pearl Jam show number 25. Holy crap. Holy crap indeed. Oleander was a great band. Yeah, they had some really good hits. Christian, going to see Smashing Pumpkins tonight. My Broncos will win the bottom of the West, repeat champions. Mark says, good morning. Best concert I have gone to was Metallica at Giant Stadium in 1992. My ears were ringing for a week. That was the heyday of Metallica. That was a year after the Black Album was out. So that was probably touring off the Black Album. They had a lot of singles off that album. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I have sensitive ears. Like my ears ring after a concert. It's like, I don't want to do that again. I think that's why I don't like probably Kid Rock and Seven Dust. Gave me ringing ears, and it's like, screw this. Billy Joe, good morning. Good morning, Sal Nuggy. Talking Tatis saw OAR and Goo Goo Dolls Sunday night. Tommy Two-Tone and the Hooters tonight at the amphitheater down the street in Bend. 5-minute walk from my front door. Oh, man, that's awesome. That is awesome. I've never seen OAR in concert. Oh, yeah. With arms wide open. Yes. Thank you, Max. Can't remember my last concert. Don't really listen to music. My last concert would have been Might have been the Pumpkins. Might have been the Pumpkins, which would have been pre-COVID, probably 2019. Yeah, I think it was right before. I think it was the November before COVID hit. Flawed Thinker says, good morning and go Altuve. No trash cans included. Mark took his girlfriend's 15-year-old daughter and her friends to see One Direction in Philly. Good times. Rick Springfield is the headliner tonight. I will be listing and shipping during Jesse's girl leaving after the Hooters. Dishwalla's Counting Blue Cars came out in 1995. Yeah, I think of Dishwalla as like, when I think of summer of 99, I don't think Dishwalla. And I think, see, today this is the weird part of time and getting older. Like 3 years, like to somebody, like when I was 15, 16, how old was I in 1996? 14, I guess. Like everything was like very like narrowed down in time. Like 96 was like, I know exact, because we'd only lived, I had, 14 years. So 1/14 of my life. Now I'm 41, 1/41st of my life. You get older, the years run into each other. And I never thought that would be the case. All my elders said, well, just wait till you get older. You don't remember you. Because my mom would always be like, oh, it was probably 10 years ago. And I'm like, Mom, 10 years ago was 2013. She's like, oh. He's like, I think it was in 1996. And I'm like, yeah, that was almost 30. That was almost 30 years ago. The older you get, time runs together. Fortunately, I guess I still can decipher between 1995-6 and 1999. But when I'm my mom's age, they'll be like, oh, yeah, the Dishwalla was in 2014. I remember that. It's like, no, you dumbass. It was 1996. That's the crazy thing about time. Speaking of time in the 90s, I was listening to Pod Meets World. It's the Boy Meets World podcast, which I love. No shame in my game. They were talking in one of the recent episodes I was listening to yesterday. They stayed at somebody, I can't remember, one of the podcasters. So it's Topanga, Eric Matthews, and Sean that host this podcast, Pod Meets World. Great podcast, by the way. And one of them had stayed at this like Airbnb or bed and breakfast, and it was tailored after the year 1985. Specifically, everything in the room or cabin, I think it was a cabin, everything in the cabin was time set to 1985. So like they had an 80s television with a VCR and a VHS library of only films that were released in 1985, which was, by the way, an amazing year in film. So I think Back to the Future. What else was 85? Back to the Future. I think The Goonies was 1985. So like some good stuff. I think they said, I don't know what music it was. I don't know if it was vinyl or cassette tapes, but all cassette tapes, music released in 1985. The decor was like, a movie poster of Back to the Future or whatever, a rotary telephone. There wasn't internet, obviously. It was only stuff that you would have in 1985. And they got to discussing, like, that would be cool, but isn't that a little like narrowed down? Wouldn't you want to have like an 80s cabin, which would be okay? But I think it's even more unique to have it specifically tailored to 1 year, like the summer of 99 cruise. And maybe that's why I'm annoyed that Dishwalla and 9 Days are part of the summer of 99 cruise, because I don't consider them summer of 99. Like, I want 90. If it's going to be summer of 9, if you're going to name it summer of 99, you should have only hits from the summer of 99. So did Dishwalla, I'm looking up Wikipedia now on Dishwalla, did they even have an album that was released in 99? No. Well, they had an album released in 1998, and You Think You Know What Life's About. But was there any big hits on this? No, not that I can see. Wikipedia has like nothing. Like, this album sucked. We're not going to talk about it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing. I'm reading it. Nothing. So I think that's cool. Specifically tailored to a single year. I think that's. And it's like, wouldn't that be cool to have a room in your house? That, like, this office. I guess I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I couldn't stream if I had it tailored to only stuff from 1985 or pick a year. And my year that I would pick would be pre-internet. And I think that would be because I need to be more proactive in, like, leaving my phone unplugged or turned off at a desk. Just go outside and pretend it's 1985. Be disconnected from the internet. That would be fun. I think that would be fun. Let's see. Angel Baby. Yes, speaking of like 90s band, Smash Mouth, Steve Harwell, the lead singer of Smash Mouth, passed away. He was a big 90s. That was a big 90s band. That was sad news this week. Thursday and Friday were my best days for sales this Labor Day weekend. Saturday, Sunday, Monday was slow. So my sales this weekend, Thursday was actually the bit of all the days over Labor Day weekend. Thursday was my best day, followed by Sunday. Monday was like right there. Sunday and Monday were basically both a little abnormally high. And then Friday was ranked of Thursday through Monday. It went Thursday, Sunday, Monday basically tied, followed by Friday, and then Saturday was the lowest. But Saturday was still like better than normal. And then Tuesday was lower than normal. And today is getting off to a really slow start. So we don't like that. Let me refresh. Maybe have I made a sale since I went live? I made one sale since I went live. The last few days, like, I would go live and I would hit like a bunch of sales like in the first 30 minutes. Rich says, if you permits, you should do 3 types of highest sales day. If your data permits, you should do 3 types of highest sales days. Oh, here we go. 1 by volume, 2 by dollar amount, 3 by average of cards sold. Yeah, I think I can. I think I can. I can go into sales and let's do. Will it do by? Can I do by volume? All sales. I'm sure I can do. I'd probably have to finagle it. I wonder if I can do last. It's annoying that you can't do last 7 days. You have to customize last 7 days. So let's see. 8:30. 8:30. Is that 7 days? 30, 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 7 days. Yeah, my volume. So my average sales price was higher in the last week, but my volume was on quantity was a little lower. Which, hey, I'll take more money than over more sales. But I thought my volume would be a little higher than what it was. Max says, sucks for sure, but not surprised after hearing what he died of. Gotta get a hold of your life, or that's what happens. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, liver. So did not realize that. Guess his liver got the best of him. Not too surprised. The 90s were a little brutal for some of my friends too. Dan's in the house. Good morning. First day of school in New York for the kids. It'll be a high of 90. So our 90-degree days are we probably won't see another 90-degree day until next year. I think it's only going to be in the 70s. It was like 90 yesterday, but it didn't feel. It was a very what's the word I'm looking for? It was unassuming is not the word I'm looking for, but it was kind of an unassuming 90 degrees. 77 the high today. Taylor Heineke is probably the biggest from my university. Had English with him. Very cool. Current KSU Wildcats. Red Hero last night. Nick Martini and the Guardians' Will Brennan. Hey, you forgot one important one. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, Jordan Wicks. Nardelli sucked at Home Depot. And he's not there anymore. I think where's he at? I don't know where he's at now. Big Harv, Joe Ryan is probably the biggest name from my college, but we also had Rusty Kuntz. There you go. Kind of pissed off a bit hearing Urias, a Dodger pitcher, won't be going on the road the rest of the series. Yeah, that's what happens when you're wife beater. Not good, Julio Urias. The Adrian Peterson that played for the Bears was a beast player at my university. Luke Bryan, the country singer, probably the most famous alumni. He does his farm tour. He's actually playing a farm here not far from Madison. I think it's near Oregon. Actually, the city is called Oregon. My apologies. It's different from the state of Oregon, town of Oregon. Yeah, somewhere out in the country. A couple of my friends that were over the other night, they're going to see Luke Bryan on a farm. Yeah, Peterson's card started taking off since last summer. I've seen Bare Naked Ladies 22. Whoa! That's pretty cool. Let's see. Harlan saw Paul McCartney last year just before his 80th birthday. He did 3 hours straight of nothing but hits. Best show I ever attended. Very cool. Angel Baby Cards, never got to see McCartney perform, but he's definitely iconic in my book. Steel Cards, just seen Lamb of God and Pantera. Yes. You know, I'm not a big Pantera fan, but there's 2 Pantera songs. Cemetery Gates, love that song. And shit, what's the other? Of course, I love the song, but I can't remember the name of it. Pantera. Let's see. The hell song is it? Pantera songs. Ooh, Walk's a good one. Let's see. I like Cowboys from Hell. Cemetery Gates, probably my favorite Pantera song. Oh, shit, what the hell's the other one? I just found loudwire.com 10 best Pantera songs. The song I'm thinking of. What about Revolver magazine? They've got a ranking of 25 Pantera songs. Let's see. Since it's one of my favorites, it's probably not going to be ranked. It's like, no, that song sucks. What do you think? Let's see. Oh man. It's probably a shitty song, and that's why I like it. I don't think it's in any of these. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to stop looking. But Cemetery Gates, love it. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, 1985. 85. Yeah, I think 85 had a good run. Saw Pantera with Sepultura on the Far Beyond Driven tour. Great show. Sepultura. There's a name. There's a band that I haven't heard in a long time. The Neverending Story, also 85. Hated that movie. Even as a kid, I hated that movie. Crawl, 1985. Dishwalla will probably open and close their cruise ship show with Counting Blue Cars. Oh, yeah. It's the only, like, if you say, name 3 Dishwalla songs, and you go, oh, yeah, that's easy. Counting Blue Cars. That's all I got. Did Dishwalla have any other hits? I don't think so. Because I looked at their second album, and they didn't have any hits on their second album. No, I don't think they had any other hits. I guess we can do, is Dishwalla a one-hit wonder? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like that was their only charting hit. So there you go. Hall of Fame card collector says, yesterday was slow for me. I only sold 3 cards out of 2,800 listed. I think Breaking 2 came out as well in 1985. Talking about unplugging the phone, I deleted Twitter and Instagram and leave my phone in the desk the majority of the time at work. Went from using about 80% battery usage to 15%. I accidentally unplugged recently. I went the post office probably. It's the only place I go. And so I just have a habit of whenever I hit a red light, I just grab my phone and scroll at a stoplight because we're just freaking zombies now. And go look for my phone. It's not in the cup holder. It's not in either pocket. I'm like, oh crap, I think I left it on the kitchen table. And then I'm like, I'm going to take advantage of this. Not freaking staring at my phone like a zombie every red light. But it feels weird. And I'm sure that goes away after a while. Because we're just trained to stare at our phones like freaking zombies all the time. I do need to break that habit. What is your average number of cards per transaction? I don't know. I've never done the math on that. Ferris Bueller was about ready for release in 85. Yeah, I think 86 had great move. Was also a great year. Okay, we're going to do 1985 movies. Open up another window. 1986 movies. Both years. Okay, we're just going to do Google has popular movies. 86 popular movies. So 85. Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Weird Science, Friday the 13th Part 5. So if you were into horror movies, 85 had it, man, because we got a Nightmare on Elm Street and a Jason Voorhees. St. Elmo's Fire, The Breakfast Club, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Silver Bullet, which was a Stephen King horror movie. Better Off Dead with John Cusack. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Real Genius with Val Kilmer. Oh, Fright Night, man. The movie Clue came out in 85. The Goonies. Teen Wolf. John Candy's Summer Rental. Maybe Back to the Future was 86. Did I just see Brewster's Millions? Brewster's Millions was 85. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Fletch with Chevy Chase, The Man with One Red Shoe with Tom Hanks. So 85 brought us some pretty damn good movies. All right, let's look at 86. 1986 in movies. We get another Friday the 13th, Part 6. The Money Pit. Oh, Stand By Me, baby. Great movie, one of my favorites. Pretty in Pink. Ferris Bueller's Day Off was 1986. The Color of Money, Short Circuit, Three Amigos, another one of my favorites. Maximum Overdrive, another one of my favorites. See, I kind of have a shitty taste in movies. Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. 86. Oh, man. It was starting off hot, but Little Shop of Horrors, Down and Out in Beverly Hills. I think I'm going to have to give it to 85. I mean, 86 is top heavy with Ferris Bueller, Stand By Me, Three Amigos, but then it falls off a cliff after that. We're going to give, my opinion, 1985 a better movie year than 1986. Dorky Angler's glad he sold his Urias Auto a couple months ago. Kyle's been busy with other things and haven't listed cards in a week or so. Wow, does the algorithm hate me? Yeah, if you stop listing, you stop selling. It's science. Very slow sales when you don't list. Absolutely. Mr. Smith, good morning. I've lost a card for the first time in over 500 sales. How do I handle it? By the way, it's a $3 Kodai Senga insert. That happens. It's common for me. The more inventory you have, the more likely it gets lost. You file it away in the wrong section. Stuff happens to me. I'm not going to say it's common, but it's happened numerous times. What I do is I message the buyer and I say, hey, I apologize, but I cannot find this card. Would you like another card in my inventory, or I can issue a refund? And sometimes they're like, oh, I'll go shopping. And they're like, oh, just send me another Kodai Senga. Or they'll be like, no, I need that card. Just send me the refund. So that's how I would handle it. Brian, I've seen naked ladies. Oh, naked ladies, but never bare naked ladies. Bad dad joke. Brian's seen naked ladies. James, what's up? AC/DC at Wrigley was a good show a few years back. I hate AC/DC. This is probably not a popular opinion. I hate AC/DC. I hate, Rage Against the Machine. Those are two that when they come on the radio, it's like, turn it. I'm not a big U2 or REM fan either. But AC/DC, it's like an immediate, I don't want to listen to it. I don't know why. I actually liked AC/DC back in the, maybe something happened. Maybe I'm scarred from listening to an AC/DC song. I don't know. Angel Baby says, seeing some action with 1994 Fleer Ultra Beavis and Butthead. Your thoughts? It's non-sports move. Now, it's not like you can list a bunch of non-sports and it's going to sell in the next 3 days, but there's a niche market for non-sports, including Beavis and Butthead, and especially something like that was released 94 Fleer Ultra Beavis and Butthead. You don't see that every day. There's less competition for it, and there's a Beavis and Butthead market. So yeah, kind of goes along with the thoughts of like oddball cards, food issue cards, 89 Quaker granola bars. There's not as many out there as 89 Topps Donruss Fleer and Score. So you typically move them faster. Don't forget the Goo Goo Dolls. Goonies, 1985. Angel Baby figured out his 80s brain. Cooter said 86 also had Top Gun, which trumps all of 85. Top Gun was 86? Well, my Google is shitty then. It's not saying. Oh, The Golden Child also came out in 86. How come? Let's just not rely on Google. 1986 top. Let's just say top grossing films. So maybe 86 is bad. Oh, Top Gun #1 in 1986. 1985 top grossing movies. Okay. So 1985, here's the top 10 highest grossing films. Doesn't mean it's the best films, but these were the highest grossing films. 1985, Back to the Future, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rocky IV, The Color Purple, Out of Africa, Cocoon, The Jewel of the Nile, Witness, The Goonies, and Spies Like Us. So in my opinion, I love Back to the Future, and I love The Goonies, and I love Rocky IV. The rest, like none of those. I would not choose to watch any of those movies outside of Back to the Future, Rocky IV, and The Goonies. 1986. What do you got for me? Top Gun, Crocodile Dundee. Well, that's not a knife. This is a knife. The Karate Kid Part 2, Back to School, Aliens, The Color Purple, Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, Ruthless People, Out of Africa, and number 10 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Based on those 10, I think my nod goes to 85. Because 86, okay, Top Gun. I'm not a huge Top Gun fan. Like, yeah, it's a good movie, but I'm not like a huge fan. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I actually just watched some of it the other day. So I'm giving the nod to 1985 over 1986. Let's see. Top Gun was 86, greatest movie ever. Angel Baby says, feeling like an 80s Borg who can't disconnect because of Bo Cutis of Borg. Flipping sports guy heard naked ladies. Now he's joined the chat. About to be flooded by the bots. We had a 2-day run on bots and haven't seen them since. Card Hobbyist, oh, he wants to take it into another year. 1987 was great. Princess Bride, Full Metal Jacket, The Lost Boys, RoboCop, Predator, Untouchables, Hellraiser, Lethal Weapon, Raising Arizona, Inner Space, Evil Dead 2, Good Morning Vietnam. Going back to 1980, I think Howard the Duck is 1986, which could skew my results and maybe 1986. Let's see. List of years in film, 1986. I mean, it's not going to be on the top 10, that's for sure. Where was that? See, that's the thing about like, and I'm not going to say great movies. Like these aren't some of these aren't Oscar winning movies. But like Rocky 4. Wait, wasn't Rocky 4 in 85? Oh, because this is highest gross. So this is box office, and we had all those like cheap movie theaters back then. So Rocky 4 also made the list in 86. Rocky 4 was the number 24th highest grossing film of 86, and it was number 3 in 85. That's pretty crazy. But like Three Amigos, one of my favorite movies. There's Howard the Duck, the number 54th ranked movie, highest grossing film of 86. Howard the Duck. Where was Rocky 4? There you go. All right. Moving on. The buddy I saw Top Gun with decided he wanted to be a naval aviator after seeing it and ended up flying in the last public demonstration of the F-14 when it was rejected. That's pretty cool. How about that? Joe Webster's in the house. Good morning. Kyle says, I am totally seconding your opinion on AC/DC and Rage. If I never hear either band again, I am good with that. Thank you. Somebody agrees with me. Oh, we're going to talk about checklists today. Angel Baby can vouch for Top Gun. I'm at the mall here in Fresno, and all they were showing was Top Gun in late fall 86, certainly 87. Jordan Brown says, Raising Arizona, great movie. I'm sure I've seen it, but I don't remember it. What's Raising Arizona about? Can I find it real quick? Raising Arizona. Was that in 86? I can't find it. Let's see. Mr. Smith, thanks. Just message him saying I'd give him a discount on anything in the store or a refund. There you go. Cooter says, and for the record, 85, 86 movies are vintage, but 85, 86 sports cards are not. One Crazy Summer came out in 86. I love that stupid movie. Movie releases per year are kind of like a checklist. It is, right? It's kind of like music. Like I associate years with either a movie or a band. Like, oh yeah, Dishwalla, 1995 or 1996, whatever year it was. Oh yeah, Top Gun, 1986. Back to the Future, 1985. It's like, oh yeah, what was I doing? So let's talk checklists. Speaking of movie releases per year, kind of like, hey, I like your segue. I didn't catch what you were dropping. Get to the point, Bo. Checklists. Checklists. Bowman Chrome and Allen Ginter. The checklists are out. Let's present. Where's my checklist? Share screen. I got too many tabs open. See, this is why I don't like tabs. Bowman Chrome checklist. Are we presenting? We are presenting. You don't need to see me. There you go. How about this frickin' checklist? Bowman Chrome. 132 base Chrome prospect autographs. That's the bad, my friends. There's a lot of duds. You spend $280 on a hobby box and get 2 autos, and you might get some duds. Actually, the chances are you do get some duds because not every box is going to have an Ethan Salas autograph. So yes, Ethan Salas is in the Chrome prospect autograph checklist. The Cubs checklist, I may get into a couple Cubs breaks depending on price. Adon Sanchez is on the checklist. I don't think I think he was in regular Bowman, wasn't he? I think so. Or maybe Bowman draft. I can't remember. But Adon Sanchez, let's see. I actually had to ask my buddy Rich about Mr. Espinoza, Ludwig Espinoza. I'm like, hey, is Ludwig Espinoza the same as Lionel Espinoza? And he goes, no, they're different. Like, okay, thank you. So Ludwig Espinoza is on the autograph checklist for the Cubs. Let's see. I think he's still in the Dominican League, as is, I think, Angel Cepeda is on the auto checklist for the Cubs. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe I won't be buying Cubs and breaks. I think it's just those two, Adon Sanchez and Ludwig Espinoza. But they do have a few guys in the base checklist. So 132. You've got rookie autographs, which are a little more rare to pull. There's only 12 on the rookie checklist. You've got the AFL Fall Stars autograph checklist. So that's your Bowman Chrome checklist. 132 autographs. Not digging that. Not digging that. But I'm excited for Bowman Chrome. It releases, I believe, next week. Hopefully I get it a little early. Of course, I'll be listing all of that immediately into my eBay store. Now, Allen Ginter has also been released. Present. Share screen. Ginter. All right. Are you seeing that? Here's the Allen Ginter. So this is the non-baseball checklist for Allen Ginter, which I believe releases in a couple weeks. This is fire. This Allen Ginter non-baseball checklist, auto checklist, is probably the best Allen Ginter autograph checklist in at least, holy crap, 6-7 years. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen this good of a non-baseball checklist for Allen Ginter, because you've got the big football names, the quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, I think Will Levis, yes, and Bryce Young are football players on the Allen Ginter autograph checklist. Other names on here, let's see, that will be Hobby Good, DMC, Dawn Staley. Let's see. Who else did I see on here? Lil Baby. Now, that's not the music I listen to, but there's a huge following for Lil Baby. That'll be an expensive autograph. Meek Mill, another rapper that'll be big. Olivia Picardo, the first Division I baseball player, lady baseball player. That'll be a big chase. Olivia Picardo. Robert Kraft, Patriots owner, has an autograph in Allen Ginter. One of the biggest names, and probably going to be one of the biggest chases for the non-baseball autos, is Rafael Nadal. That's a huge name. Scoot Henderson, big name in basketball. How about the biggest name in basketball? Victor Wembanyama has autographs in Allen Ginter. So those are some big hitters. Thomas Ian Nicholas, you may remember him from Rookie of the Year, and also previously mentioned movie American Pie. Thomas Ian Nicholas has an autograph in it as well. There's probably some names. I think there's a pickleball player, like one of the top ranked pickleball players. That's going to be a huge chase. We saw that with Ultimate Frisbee a few years ago, and shockingly how high those autographs go for. So I think pickleball will be one of those, people complain, I bought a baseball product and got a pickleball autograph. And guess what? You can take your damn pickleball autograph and sell it, and you can buy 10 freaking baseball autographs if you want baseball autographs, because the baseball autographs aren't going to sell for that much, but you can move that pickleball autograph. And then we've got 2 full-size non-baseball autographs, and these talk about big hitters, Robert De Niro and Kevin Hart. Now, those will probably be short printed, I would assume, but those are big names. So Allen Ginter, I'm excited. They always have the, what's it called? The cut signatures. There's the cut signatures checklist. How about Andy Warhol? Whew. Charlie Chaplin. Buffalo Bill, Fred Rogers, Harry Houdini, JFK, James Madison, President John Tyler, Mark Twain, previously mentioned again, Paul McCartney, Norman Rockwell, Nelson Mandela, Rosa Parks. Holy crap. Now, those are one of ones. So the chances of you pulling one of those are possible, but nearly impossible. So Allen Ginter, I think the pre-orders have gone up. Let me see. Blowout cards. We'll see if I actually want to order any of this. 2023 Allen Ginter. Wow, this is, oh, that's 2021. I'm like, wow, that's really cheap. $1,150. Let's see. Maybe 2023. Okay, 12. Actually, it's less than I paid a few years ago. $1,400 on the 12-box case. $1,400. Pre-order a case of Allen Ginter. I think when I purchased my last case of Ginter, which would have been 2020 or 2021, I think I paid $1,800, and that was when all wax was through the roof. So I just may drop some coin on some Allen Ginter. Let's get to the chat before we wrap things up. Angel Baby says, I have a crazy question. Why the hell does both Derek Jeter and Chipper Jones have rookie cards that span several years? Alex Rodriguez the same, because we didn't have the rookie card rules. Manny Ramirez the same. Every product had their own rookie card. It's annoying as shit. So you basically have like the tops is kind of the Derek Jeter rookie. Where's Victor at? Tell us what the rookie cards are. Chipper Jones is a little more like Chipper Jones is more straightforward. 91 was Chipper Jones's rookie cards. 91 tops, 91 score, 91 upper deck. Derek Jeter, it's basically the tops, but yeah, there's several years where it says rookie and it's actually not. Alex Rodriguez was the same. Manny Ramirez, basically anybody that debuted from like 92 to 98, or when they changed the rookie rules in 05, 06, whenever that was. Mr. Smith says, how do I get in early if I'm not planning on spending $200 on boxes? Breaks? What do you mean by that? I guess I'll have to have you clarify that question. Not how do I get in early? I don't know what that means. Card Hobbyist says, better order them Allen Ginter boxes before the QB hype folks see this checklist. Yeah, that's a good point, because there's no, Panini doesn't have any autos of those guys. Angel Baby says, good question, Mr. Smith. Seems the idea of actually getting a decent on auto only happens via card breaks. Zach and Porter says, nothing screams great checklist for a product honoring the history of Allen Ginter than a bunch of quarterbacks who have zero pro games and Lil Baby. But that's what Allen Ginter has like almost always been. And because nobody wants an autograph of a flower. Let's see. I need that Bub B. Jordan says, well, there goes cheap Allen Ginter. If you buy now, it's still relatively inexpensive. Where's the hobby box? $120, I think, is a decent deal for a hobby box. It's a little on the high side, but I wonder, has it? I would, and here's, if you're interested in buying Allen Ginter, buy it right now, because I guarantee you, since the checklist was released, and I didn't see it until last night, so I'm assuming these places haven't raised the prices. As soon as a checklist is out, especially Blowout is notorious for raising prices. So if you're interested in buying Allen Ginter, I should probably put my money where my mouth is and just order a case now. Buy it now, because it will likely go up in price today. Super Collect 22. I'm a little behind the chat, but I'm a Shepherd alumni. Grew up 10 minutes from Travis Bagent. Good family. Very cool. Oh, Shepherd University. Tyson Bagent. Yeah. Very cool. Go Bears. Zach and Porter, not going to lie, I'd want the De Niro. There you go. See, you're coming around. Dang, Top's going hard on Allen Ginter. Who to start this week? Mahomes against the Lions or Lawrence against the Colts? I'd go Mahomes. But don't listen to me about fantasy football. Mr. Smith says Bowman. Let's see. I have to go back. Talking about Bowman, in terms of how do you get in early, what does that mean? How do you get in early? If you're not planning on spending $200 on boxes, I guess breaks. If you don't want to buy boxes, get into a break or buy singles. My thought process with Bowman, retail is the way to go. There is no retail for Bowman Chrome, which is what's releasing next week. Same with Bowman Draft. What I do if I don't want to pay, and I feel that there's enough value now in some of these Bowman products where I'm okay spending, since there's retail in Bowman, I don't typically buy hobby boxes of regular Bowman because I'll get the retail and I can, I do well on the return. But in the past few years, up until probably last year, it's during COVID, the Bowman prices were crazy. So I wanted Cubs. I would buy into a few Cubs breaks to get my Cubs singles. And then it's kind of a lottery ticket. I know I'm getting the base. I know I'm going to get some color, maybe a couple autographs, and hopefully hit a big one. So that's kind of how I approach it. If you want to get in on Bowman Chrome, but don't want to buy those boxes, just buy singles or get into a breaks. And it also depends. Now, if you're looking to flip, I wouldn't do any of that. Maybe buy boxes if you can get them. The reason I bought I would not buy boxes, me personally, this is just me, with Bowman Chrome. Blowout Cards has them. What did I say? $280 for a hobby box. I would not buy $280 for a hobby box on Blowout, although Blowout does typically deliver on release day. I'm going back to Bowman. What the hell was it that I bought? Oh, the Bowman Blaster boxes. I bought regular Bowman Blasters, Topps pre-order, and I got them on Saturday ahead of the Wednesday release, which was the main reason I was able to, 5x my money. And I'm kind of hoping for the same. And I didn't have a big hit in those 10 blasters. Like there was no big hits in that. So yeah, if you're looking to flip, it's kind of tough. But if you're looking for certain players or teams, I'd go breaks or singles if you can find them at a decent price. Card Hobbyist says possible product to get a case to flip. Let's see. Johnny M says, I don't see cases listed, only boxes on Blowout. I'll drop the link. Where is it at? 2023. So September 22nd. Here's the link for a case. Let's see. Came across that Sandberg no position error card yesterday, either unknown or nobody really cares. I think nobody really cares because it's 90 score. Let's see. Milkman says, good morning. Yeah, probably spend on the breaks with these two, one that chips fast. Take another look at 90 Donruss Bo Jackson, especially the blue background. Mr. Smith says, is $300 worth it? Probably not. Probably not. So for Bowman Chrome, it's kind of a, for me in buying this, I limited my buying to a hobby box and a jumbo box. Based on getting it early, I pre-ordered through Topps like last time. I got it early. If you can get it early, some of those singles will sell, make your money back. So for me, it's kind of, I'm not expecting a return on an investment. So I what was my total cost? $600 some dollars because I bought one HTA box and one hobby box. So I'm going to get 5 autos. The chances of me getting a $500 auto, $400, $300 auto, pretty slim. I might end up with 5 autos that are 20 or 30 bucks. And that's the risk you take when buying wax on new product. So it's a gamble. For me, I feel that for the hobby box and the singles, I can move enough where there's entertainment value for me, and it's not strictly a business move. Allen and Ginter is kind of a crapshoot. I've done really good on Allen and Ginter. And I think with the way, now that I talk this out, I think Allen and Ginter, in how I handle and run my business, Allen and Ginter could be, for me, a huge moneymaker. Based on past experience with the product, knowing what sells, when it sells, and then getting it listed fast. I mean, I think back to 2016. I know that was a long time ago. Back in 2016, I made a killing on Allen and Ginter, mainly selling on sport lots. The base I was putting up basically pre-order. As soon as sport lots put the checklist up, I was, I know I'm going to get X amount, and then I'm going to count. If I get more, I'll go and add it to, I know I put 6 in each player, and boom, sell it super fast. Now I know, and even last year's Allen and Ginter, somebody ripped a hobby box of Allen and Ginter at the Madison Card Show, and they left all the base. And my buddy Eric, who's a dealer there, he's like, yeah, they just left it. And there was hockey. Somebody ripped a hobby box of hockey, took all the hits. Hobby box Allen and Ginter left all the hits, or left all the base. Took all the hits, left all the base. And we were the only 2 left. And I'm like, well, you take the hockey, I'll take the baseball. And he's a hockey guy, I'm a baseball guy. So it worked out. And I put those on eBay. I couldn't believe, and this was weeks after release for Allen and Ginter. So the more I talk this out, I think I might go and put my pre-order in for Allen and Ginter. The good thing about Blowout is you typically, depending on where you live, it ships out of Virginia. So, and I'm in Wisconsin, I get it on release day. And if you live probably near Virginia, sometimes it's a crapshoot. I think if you live on like that border of the zone, sometimes it's delivered a day early because they try to time it out and ship it based on how long it takes. So if you're in Virginia, they're going to wait an extra. So they'll ship mine to Wisconsin a day before they ship yours to Virginia because it's in a closer zone, right? So they try to get them all delivered on the same day, release day. So that's a good thing about Blowout is you typically get it on release day. I've got to think. So September 22nd, what day is that? Here's another thing. Will I have time to rip and flip on release day? So September 22nd, the problem is I have a 2-day card show that weekend. So if I don't get them until Friday night, boom, first thing Saturday morning, I'm on my way to a card show and won't be back. So it's going to be tough for me to rip and flip an entire case of Ginter with a 2-day card show that weekend. That's what it used to release in July, and it just happened like my wedding, like 2017 was my wedding, and I shared that story. Where are we at? Milkman says maybe a case to hold. Hall of Fame card collector bought a box of Allen and Ginter. Mr. Smith says, I'll pass for this, although it would be fun. I'll play smart. Haven't experimented with Allen and Ginter. Flawed Thinker says, looking at the checklist, there are so many parallels. Do you think this dilutes the potential of the cards? Yes. I prefer the standard red, orange, gold, green, blue, and refractor. Yes. And we saw it with, I think, Chrome Platinum Anniversary. It's like a Panini product with 40. Yes. It certainly dilutes the product because you're going to have far less chance of pulling a red, which is numbered out of 5. And you're going to have a less chance of pulling those. So yes, it does dilute the product. Allen and Ginter, my buddy Mark, what's happening? Such a fun rip. I agree. And I haven't ripped it in 27. Oh, wait, no. I did rip a case in 2020 or 2021. And I got like brutal. That was just brutal. That was a terrible rip. But I wasn't selling how I sell now. I was more relying on bigger hits. And I think $50 might have been. You typically, like every year, with the exception of the last time I ripped the case, I have, even in times I've just cherry picked a few boxes. I pulled a card out of Ginter that sold for between $300 and $500. I pulled one year. I pulled my first, and I just bought one hobby box. My very first hobby box of Ginter was in 2012 or 2013, and I pulled a Willie Mays rip card numbered out of like 25. Then I pulled in 2015, I think. I pulled a dual auto of Ken Griffey Jr. and was it Chipper Jones? Or no. Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza. They were in the Hall of Fame that year. I pulled a Shark Tooth. That was my wedding year, 2017. Pulled the Shark Tooth. That was a high seller. So yeah, I've had good luck. But the last time I opened a case, I think it was in 2020 or 2021. Oof, it was bad. Victor's in the house. What's up? Met your buddy Eric at the show on Sunday. Bought a bunch of Cubs cards to add to my 60s collection. Very cool. Let's see, would that be Eric Unglob, which has like bargain boxes? Teacher out of Milwaukee. Angel Baby, I guess I'm done for now. eBay awaits. I'm out. Thank you, Angel Baby Cards. Headed to eBay. Don't buy it on eBay. Buy it on Blowout Cards. Johnny M. ordered a case. Singles sell well. Yes, Ginter singles do sell well. Need some guidance on 94 Upper Deck Baseball Electric Diamond. So hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Checklists are out. Bowman Chrome, Allen and Ginter. I'm excited for both. Excited because I did buy Bowman Chrome. Excited that Allen and Ginter is a fun rip. But the timing sucks. Oh, the timing sucks. Ginter is like one of those. It's like I really love ripping Allen and Ginter, but the timing always sucks. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm just trying to think, because the thing is, if I get it on release day, if I don't get it on release day, I'm fucked. If I get it on release day, depends on when. I mean, I'm going to have to rip like immediately, and it's not going to be enjoyable because I'm just going to have to rip, flip. Because I'll be leaving first thing in the morning for Rockford Saturday. So maybe I won't. Might be a game time decision. Might be a week of decision. Yes, Eric, awesome dude. So like, subscribe, hit up my eBay store, check out Card Dealer Pro, use that promo code Cubs, get 500 free scans. eBay store link in the description, 99centcards.com. Buy 7 or more cards at regular price, get 25% off. It is Wednesday. Make sure your trash is at the curb. I'm out. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.